Oh, so close.
Close. Close.
You can keep trying until you fumble.
Yeah, I know.
Try until you either blow yourself up or pull something out.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Now to fail the spell roll.
What's... Oh, yeah, just...
2 more days. I get 2 more rolls.
That'd be kind of a neat function is if it's like, I need to cast a spell. Roll willpower times 1 until you either succeed or fumble. Fumble.
Oh, cool, I made it.
Nice. And the second day...
You get a check.
Yeah.
Yes.
How'd the painting go?
Badly.
No good.
Cool. Well, you got one of this area here, so yeah.
Mm.
All right. Trump.
It'll be interesting to see how the PC's decks look at the end of next season.
Yeah.
It's like cards. Freddy explodes.
Alright, well, I'm done with spellcasting with it.
And you get a fumble card. He
Yep.
sits there stunned for a round.
Now, the interesting question is, can we travel from Amber back into the zone via a trump? Or are we going to have to do the same thing?
Mm.
Do you want to go outside of the wall of fire into the weird bright areas and stuff? Avoid the blue glowing wolves and make trumps for there?
Don't know at this
There's a couple
stage.
cards for coming up with that because that could become a crucially important thing for you. So,
Well, traveling back the other way, yeah.
Mm.
Trump of firewall.
from which side it's from.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Can I decide?
Mhm.
So, just so I'm clear, beyond the firewall, on the other side, Trump's, well, not Trump's, is basically outside of this, like, area, so to speak. It's a different, quote-unquote, zone, right?
So the outside of the firewall, they're different shadows, yes.
Okay.
But the trumps that are of locations outside of the firewall will work. But we don't know if trumps of inside the firewall will work. We can do a simple test. Basically, we can go out
walk
and
to the other side.
then I can activate the trump of the Australian Embassy and see whether or not I don't have to step through it. I just have to activate it to see if I can activate it.
Okay, well, try it then.
If I can't activate it, it means that we potentially have to look at painting on the other side.
Well, try it and see then.
Cut two. Everybody is now located outside. Give me a Arctic survival roll to set up a new camp because the embassy trump failed to work from outside the firewall.
Oh, it failed to work. Okay. Crap. Okay. Survival Arctic.
By the way, there are some trump powers that if you fumble and stuff, then very, very bad shit happens, but
made it.
Not newbie
Nice,
power.
Freddy.
He sets up a beautiful fucking camp again. You guys move all your shit from one nice camp to another nice camp, and then you live there. And you undergo more painting. It's like the hell of painting now.
Okay.
And hang on a second. Check my hand. Come on, Mildred. Oh no. Uh-oh.
What?
I have a player immediately. 5 hero are added to a NPC of GM's choice.
No!
Cool.
Well, the NPC doesn't have to be a bad guy. The GM.
I mean,
GM
come
can
on,
give
it's
it to
low.
a good guy. It's up to the GM. He may
Yeah,
decide
it's a
to
good
plot
one.
rate random, for example,
Yeah, right,
because he
sure.
wants random to stick around for furthering his story.
Nobody bought that.
I know, it's worth a try. All right, I'll play skill +5.
I didn't want to respond. I don't know if I could have kept straight.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh no.
cool. You're done that day with trump cards, but you can't continue anyway. So yeah, good for you.
alright, so that's 2 days.
Light is just too bright here. You want him to make a new camp a little further away.
Alright, so
Alright.
are we doing another 2 days or?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Wait one moment.
So you may as well just go for like 4-day blocks or something.
Oh no, there's just another spell that I can only cast daily. That I fumbled. Everything is well. That's because of the firewall. Everything's showing up as a trap. Everything's showing up as a pattern.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm starting to wonder whether you two are real or actually your copies, because you're showing up as patterns as well. But then again, it could be that from passing through the firewall, it's attached itself to you, so which is what's making you and all our gear show up as pattern.
You need to stop using your brain for a bit.
Woman with no name. He's briefing himself again.
Alright,
All right,
so
next 2 days.
painting.
Ooh, Freddie.
Oh,
my God, she finally made a painting roll. She's very excited. It's a
I
swan.
detect a pattern. Yes. So do I detect when my eye succeeded at my detect pattern?
There
That
is a pattern in the firewall thing.
Beautiful.
Of course, there may be other things. It's hard to say.
Yeah, that's right. It's detect pattern, a skill. So whatever that does, doesn't give anything except over there. Range is 20 meters.
Cool. It's over there.
Yeah, good. I'm just hoping to roll a 0-1 on it.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, the it's a crit card. That's.
Oh yeah.
What is great?
Skills, writing skills, art. Oh.
Alright, so that's 4 days down. Do you want to carry on or?
Well, it's either that or we go to Amber and take the long way back.
We've got some time. Your recent string of successes has given you extra time.
And we know that it was 2 months ago that Maddie left a note. So
yeah. It's the 2
no
more
matter
days.
no matter if we travelled there straight away or we waited a week or two, it's going to be a case that you've just missed her, she's gone, or
Probably.
or she got killed walking the pattern.
He tries to cheer you up. Badly.
Oh.
6 days.
I like to eat bait, says McKay. Look at the paint in my belly.
By the way, you can double click the spell. It'll basically make 2 boxes. Then just have to submit twice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 6 days.
Yeah, so I can have it on my.
Everybody give me a luck, or wait, Freddie, you're known for being bad luck.
Why me?
Give me a luck roll, please.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty confident I can have some fun now if you fail your luck roll. No problem. At night, you guys, well, it's hard to tell day and night because everything glows brightly as though lit from underneath, and everything's kind of weird colors and stuff here. But you can also hear wolves howling at night, or what you think might be night when it's a little less bright.
Okay.
You call it night. You're all wishing you had sunglasses. You're going blind here. But due to Frey's luck roll, the wolves haven't yet gotten to you.
Nice.
He'll be making a luck roll once a day now.
Oh, great.
So we continue to paint?
Yes,
I mean, do you want to risk it?
Once per day luck roll, Freddie. If you make it at full, everything's fine. If you fail it, you let the team down.
Okay, fine.
Yay.
A woman with no name is moving into some sort of nouveau art thing. It's not great. Freddie is joining her.
And
Oh,
we
yay.
have a trump.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me do the luck roll.
And that's when suddenly,
I hold up the trump triumphantly, and a wolf snatches it out of
One
my
day.
hand and runs off.
if he rolls a fucking fumble luck, yes, it does.
Alright, that's fine, both days.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, you guys ready to rock over to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want another 2 days of doing this, or if you're sick of it, we can.
I'd rather not be mauled by wolves.
Yeah, let's go. We try.
Let's go.
Mauled by
Okay.
wolves. Mauled by. Okay. Which
what?
trump do you want to use?
The trump of the PC guest rooms in Castle Amber.
No problem. You open that up, everybody grabs onto you, and you guys step through it, and you are suddenly there. God, that's so much easier than that our bullshit you're going through. Meanwhile, it just shows snow settling over your vehicle deeper and deeper. And you guys are in the guest rooms of Amber.
Nice. So,
Let's get out of our cold weather gear,
mhm.
get cleaned up,
Okay, you guys get cleaned up.
and go outside.
No problem. As you're walking through the hallway, you see a lady dressed in gray and green with lavender belt is walking along. She stops when she sees you, and she goes, "Ah, are you Kinley?
No,
Almost.
Joshua.
Joshua McKay?
Yes.
Ah, I've heard of you." She glides over to you. She has movie star good looks. And she says, "It's so nice to be able to finally put a face to the name." Oh, sorry. She's wearing, I made a mistake on the description. It is, oh, sorry, there it is. Long hair, low bangs, blue eyes, dressed in blue and green.
Sorry, what blue? Sorry, was it blue and green? Was it?
Blue-green.
Yeah.
Very elegant. And she says, "I'm Flora."
I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance, Flora.
Won't you introduce me to your friend?
Yes, of course.
Give me a
This-
etiquette roll because she seems to be using courtly etiquette.
Yes. Skills.
Lick her hand. Do it.
All of us, or
I'm not-
just
I'm
lick her
I'm not Alex Kinley.
Yeah, but when Alex licks somebody's hand, it stays licked.
There you go.
Wow.
How do you like that?
Ooh,
She
How do you like
seems
that?
satisfied with your etiquette. She says, "Wow." She waits for the introductions.
Yes. This is Alois, otherwise known as Freddy, and this is Mildred Bumgarner.
Freddie is dressed how?
in the black suit.
She looks disapprovingly at yours, but not nearly as disapprovingly as she looks at Mildred's clothes and goes, "What are you wearing? Oh my, come with me. Let us get you something appropriate. You
I
are,
just drool a little.
are at the courts of Amber. You as well. Come, I'll get you a tailor. At least he knows how to dress. Oh, at least you've showered. This way." She takes you guys off. You know those in the movies and stuff, Yana, when the girls are always trying on things and you're forced to try
Oh, please, kill me now.
You guys are going through that scene and stuff. It's like you each have your own dressing room and you come out and she's having you pose and she's like, no. And yours is all dresses and shit, Mildred. I mean, lovely dresses, but I don't think that's Mildred's style. I don't know.
don't you have like something a little bit more like something in which you can move more freely?
Oh, well, the corset isn't too tight.
I don't mean the corset.
Oh, then you're fine. Look at how much space you have for your legs underneath this flowing robes.
Okay.
Yes, I made it.
Wow.
So I
Fashion.
go in. I'm like, this. I'll wear this. I put it on and I leave.
She goes, he's trouble, isn't he? She says to Mildred.
Yes.
I did not want to
You
spend
didn't-
3 hours in there.
You didn't hear about the spice trade, so
Really? What about the spice trade?
ask him.
Oh, I shall. Thank you. Mildred shows up. She does one of those. Oh my God, she's so good looking in this dress. And then you realize that she probably has a skinning knife strapped to her thigh underneath the dress, and you go, that's nice.
I
So
think Flora's probably got a knife or a gun. Oh, she wouldn't have a gun. She's probably got a knife under that dress as well.
women. Anyway, you guys head on.
Excuse me, Flora. Do you by chance know? I think she's going under the name of Janice. I'm not 100% sure.
Janet.
Mildred Janice, as in like the goddess Janice from Shadow Earth.
The name rings a bell. Shadow Earth, you say?
Well, that's not where she's from, but that's one of the places that name is known as a goddess of travel and of duality.
Interesting. Excuse me one moment. She goes over and takes Freddie's arm. I think that you are into the spice trade? What can you tell me
My
about?
eyes light up.
Let's go.
Finally.
Come, follow us, please. She tells you to.
I'll offer Mildred my arm.
Okay.
I start like
Spice trade.
regaling her of my adventures to try and get spices for the dwarves and what sort of stuff we went through, the troubles we had, those sorts of things.
Let's hope she will think it's very complicated code for something.
Do you have storytelling, sir?
I actually kind of, not really, but yes.
She asks a lot of questions.
Well, I mean, I know that I need to be as vague as possible. So when I'm like, when I'm talking about the dwarves, I'm talking about like, oh, there's this tribe of savages that love spices, and I wanted to help them because I'm a cultured individual. And sorry, what was that?
Where do they live?
Oh, they live in a small village called Zimbabwe.
She looks at you, and you're thinking that she may be knowing that you're lying to her, but she's far too polite to call you out on your bullshit. She begins to go through, and she has you tell a bunch of stuff, and then she comes back and says, oh, by the way, with this, and you're like, give me a memory roll to try to keep your lies straight. Oh, you say.
Oh.
As you come up with more and more outrageous lies to try to do this. Yeah, he's naming totally different places. They're from Kansas and stuff. And she's like, that's lovely. Oh, what a wild, amazing time you must have had. And Holmes is just in the background walking with Mildred, smiling faintly.
You're a really nice individual. I like you.
This will end badly.
She will eat him up.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm completely happy with this. She's nice.
She's the first person that gave a shit about the spice trade.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's extremely good looking as well.
Oh, movie star good looking.
Yeah.
She says, I suppose you're here to see Random. Why don't you all come to dinner tonight? I know at least one of you knows how to handle himself at the dinner table.
Thank you.
We may have.
Assuming that at Random does not have.
I'll make sure that he has time for such polite guests, she smiles. And such adventurers, she says, snuggling close to Freddie.
I flex my muscles.
Take a card, Freddie. That's great. No problem. You guys eventually go to dinner. Everybody give me courtly etiquette or etiquette -10 rolls for the complicated courtly dinner. If you've had a lot of experience with courtly dinners, as I know Pete has, you're not a negative because as an ambassador, you're required to go to them. You don't want to go
So
to them.
I basically need to roll one.
Perfect.
Quarter. So
Got
can I
it.
make up for these people's faux pas?
No, because she's like, ah.
Ooh,
And
that was
somebody's like pitching in food.
pretty close though.
Yeah.
Does anyone have
Actually, well, wait, no, that would make it because courtly etiquette is a new skill that starts at your learn.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
you did make it actually, Mildred.
Yeah.
Mildred actually made it, Yana.
Apparently, if you stick a dress on her, she gets all civilized.
what isn't your learn 11 though?
yes,
Yeah, but she rolled a 6.
Yeah, -10.
I understand.
Yeah, but -10 was against etiquette, but
Oh,
courtly etiquette was
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That went
restraint.
job.
nice.
Yeah, so you've got courtly
Oh,
etiquette.
That's like
does anyone
first
have
time
any?
in my life I'm polite.
It's weird.
I have a red card. Rags to riches. Anyone have any knowledge?
No.
Discard and
Freddie fails his
discard.
etiquette roll. He's
Yeah.
doing the talking while he's chewing food thing. And
I'm talking about spices.
yes,
What
give me a spice lore roll there, Freddie.
Oh, this. If I don't make this, I'm gonna be really upset with myself. Yes.
Hey, all right.
Nice.
He knows what he's talking about, but there is somebody who seems to be like looking closely at a plate. You think he's using it as a shield versus food coming out of Freddie's mouth while Freddie's like, hey, cumin! He says, cumin's away, and there's pieces of food hitting the guy's plate. He's like, ah.
So, no, go. You might answer my question. I suspect you're about to answer my question.
The King Random is he just looks like a scoundrel. He's a little guy. He's about Tom Cruise height. Sharp nose, laughing mouth, shock of straw-colored hair. He's dressed in orange and red and brown, and he's sitting next to his wife, Viale. She wears a lot of red. She's about 154 centimeters tall, about the same size as King Random. She's the queen. She is obviously blind. Sits next to her husband, and there's no serious discussion going on other than watching Flora mercilessly pump the only guy at the table who seems to have failed his etiquette roll. And just mercilessly. He's spun these huge lies that he cannot possibly back up as far as where everything is. He changes the story all the time. She thinks it's amusing.
I'm happy that she's interested, so
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's
Yeah, exactly.
like watching some kind of weird reality show.
Pretty much, yeah. But so dinner goes by, and eventually,
Was there any other family members at dinner?
Julian was. He's like, oh, it's nice to see you again. Julian is passive countenance, long dark hair, blue eyes. He's the only guy who's armored at the table. He's wearing scaled white armor that looks enameled. Nobody's wearing weapons at the table, of course, but he apparently just wears his armor fucking everywhere for some reason. And he says, I'm surprised you didn't come through the place you normally come through. Where's that? Says Flora, and he just looks at her and goes, I forget, but it's somewhere in the forest or close to it. He looks at you guys significantly. Random's like, another happy meal with family.
Was there any other family members at the table?
There is one. He's fiery bearded and flame crowned, red hair. The devil himself dances behind his blue eyes. He has a slight chin, but it's covered with a beard. He wears two huge rings on his right hand and one on his left, emerald, ruby, and sapphire, respectively. His colors are orange and red, mainly of silk, and his name is Blaze. And he says, "Where's Alex Kinley?" Sorry, he says, "Where's Doc Fulton?"
Off doing other things at the moment.
I bet he is, he says significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it nice that he has a hobby, says Flora. Don't worry about that dinner roll. Somebody else will get it, she tells to Freddie.
I leave it on the floor.
What was I checking? No,
He's
he's
starting to eat like the guy in the Lord of the Rings thing who ate all the squishy stuff that was currently spitting out type deal. So, what brings you here, says Blaze to you? Another miraculous rescue, perhaps? Random looks at him. He looks at him. Everybody begins looking at each other.
Actually, we're here on it's always personal here, isn't it? I was going to say personal matter. Mildred's partner and daughter may have come this way. We are seeing if they're still here.
Exactly like her.
Yes.
Yep.
Blaze says, "Sorry for your loss."
Hey. We're afraid that
They
may have
didn't
happened,
make
but we were hoping it did not.
Wait, is he being like
empathy?
Everybody give me empathy at half.
Yeah.
He's a dick. And apparently everybody's well skilled at these sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
No, I failed.
You think that he killed her, Yana, and is coming after you next.
She didn't fumble.
Oh, I would get worse with a fumble. All you get from him, Yana, is he's a dick. If she died, he probably enjoyed it.
Oh, people enjoy it.
Too, so it's hard to be angry. For you other two, he doesn't really seem sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems genuine.
Is he? Yeah.
Hard to say. As far as the only mood thing that you other two who made your rolls, you get nothing, Yana, nothing. Is he doesn't apathetic. There you go.
What about the reaction of everyone else when he says that?
Excellent. You immediately begin scanning our people. Who would you give me an empathy roll for the mood of the table?
Okay. Oh,
nice.
Oh, well done, Freddie. How's it going? Okay, Freddie. Let's see. Viali seems genuinely sad. Random's like, that's a bitch type thing. Let's see. Flora seems amused. Who else have we got here? Line. Julian does not give. He has 0 fucks to give. Flora reaches over and wipes your chin. There you go.
thank you.
Of course.
How long ago was this?
Blaze looks up, a bit startled, like, "Oh, are we still on about that shit?" He says, "A month or two, something like that." I've been rather busy trying to find out about Dr. Fulton and where my sister is, Fiona.
She's not come back yet.
I'm sure that you know as much about it as I do, maybe more. Random sets down his goblet a trifle bit harder than absolutely necessary. Blaze glances at him. His wife stares sightlessly in the distance. Fiona starts a bit when Random
Flora.
does that.
Flora, I assume you meant
Flora,
not Fiona.
sorry, Flora. Yeah, Fiona's still missing. She shows her somewhere else. Somebody talking about me. I'm so excited. I thought I was dead. No,
So Fiona did not decide to come back then.
what do you mean? Decide to come back, he says.
Well, that's something you'd need to discuss with her.
Are you saying that you know more about this matter? He says. Empathy rolls at half if you'd like. Actually, at full if you'd like. Yes. Even from Yana, who is wondering what will next fall down Freddy's lap. Oh, God, he's found the peas and he's got a knife. He looks at the pile of peas in his knife. Ah, yes. He's thinking very much about maybe dragging McKay off to the dungeons and having a little question and answer session.
I just quickly say to Mildred, I'm sorry for your loss.
I just look at him.
Blaze stops when he's glaring at McKay and looks at you like, huh? And Flora's like, he's in the spice trade. Like,
I just shake my head.
So Mildred's daughter, is she still here or has she moved on again?
she's not staying in the castle currently, says Random, trying to cut off the death threats that are sure to follow. I'm not sure where she's gone, he says.
Okay.
Empathy at half from anybody who cares. You guys are all, everybody's like keeping an eye on each other. And then it gets more complicated because some other guy wanders into the room. The woman with no name's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm going to fucking start knifing all you bitches. That guy comes wandering in the room. He definitely resembles Random. Looks like less of a scoundrel. He's about 160 centimeters tall, so he's a little bit taller than Random.
I've met Martin previously, if it's Martin.
It is Martin. He's dressed in courtly clothes of various colors because he has got his own cool colors.
Does he still have his mohawk?
Yes. Oh, nice. Orange. No orange. He goes, hi, everybody. Your Highness. And he goes, the king goes, and he pulls up a chair. He's starting to sit down, looks at Freddy, puts back in the chair, goes around, sits next to a woman with no name. He doesn't know any better. She smiles at him. He smiles back like, hey, I'm getting somewhere. This is good. And nice dress, he says.
I just look at him evilly.
Who are you guys?
You are too friendly.
I'm Freddy. Nice to meet you.
Did you say pretty or Freddy?
Freddy.
Right. Hi, Freddy. Martin. Who is she? He says, looking at the woman with no name.
Oh, that's Mildred. Don't mind her.
Hi,
She's
Mildred.
moody.
Hi.
My name's
She just found out that her partner died.
Oh, man, that sucks. He puts his hand on your shoulder and says, I'm really sorry for your loss. He takes his hand off your shoulder. He says,
Counts his fingers.
he doesn't know yet. He's thinking she's just suffering from a little bit of stress. He doesn't know he's close to death. He says, well, And he turns over, looks at Holmes. How are you?
Yeah, good. Perhaps we could have another jam session later on.
That would be great. Yeah, Violin Man. I remember you. Yeah. Yes, I'm sure that we'll talk in the future, says Blaze. He stands up and angrily throws his napkin onto his plate, storms off.
Manners?
Take a card, sir. Everybody stops eating and looks at you like you're on crack as you're sitting there with like part of your food is falling off the plate because the plates are too goddamn small. And they just look at you like, yeah, manners. Yeah, sure. Blaze looks at you. He gives you a significant look.
I just stuff my face a bit more.
He rolls his eyes and storms off. The rest of dinner goes by a lot quieter.
Number selectors.
Everybody discard all your plus skill percentage cards and
I
draw
don't think
something.
I've got any.
And withdraw any.
No, I do not have any. And I'm assuming nobody's gotten any victory cards as yet?
Nope.
Come
Random tells you guys after dinner, I'd like you three to join me in the library for cigars and brandy.
Of course, Your Highness.
And knock it off with that highness stuff. We're not doing courtly things right now. Flora looks indignant. You are still the king. He's like, I know I'm the king. That's why I get to wear a crown. He says, but right now I just want to be called Random. Is that okay? And she goes, nope, it's not. And he looks at
Okay, Random.
And other people give significant looks to each other. It's like, and you guys are sitting there going, Jesus Christ, this is more of a pain in the ass than ever.
What? The king wants to be called by his name. What's so bad about that?
It's inappropriate, says Flora.
He's the king. He makes the rules.
Yeah, let me unhook your bib. There we go. All right. It's got like it's got a picture of a big crab on it and stuff like that, and a catch pocket. She carefully sets it on your plate. All right, there you go. Well, we'll have to get you trained up. I'll sign you up for classes and little things and such. I'm sure as a spice trader, you know the value of that sort of information.
Of course.
Great. They'll be held in town. I'm sure I'll get somebody for you. She pats you on the shoulder and says, if you'll excuse me. And she goes off.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Empathy roll from everybody who's not looking at her ass.
I was going to say, I would stand up when she goes to leave the table.
She looks impressed. She just kind of like, her eyes wait upon you as she goes out.
I make it.
You're thinking that she seems to be in a hurry to go somewhere and do something.
I'll go back to eating.
He tosses his bib aside. Food spills out of the bottom plastic catch thing, and he goes, and he's doing things like, chickens are sure small around here. And Random's like, that's a Cornish
quail. I know. What is that called? Quish.
Yeah, he seems to be having a good feast. He's mentioning various what spices are on which things as well. Because the spice trade is never far from his mind. Cut to after dinner. You three are with Random. And he says, I wonder if I should feel insulted. As everybody has a cigar if you wish it, and brandy if you wish it.
Mm-hmm.
Yana's sitting there with the cigar and brandy.
Well, some of the other women used to do that. So.
Oh yeah, I figured that she's probably no stranger to this sort of thing. At least the brandy. I don't know if she smokes anything or cigars or whatever, but
not often. But you know.
No problem. Random, make sure that everybody has everything they need, lights everybody's cigar. Says, I'm
Yes,
not sure if I should feel insulted or not.
Oh, Flora was the first person we came across as we were making our way to see you.
He looks at you oddly, like, hmm? The gliders, he says.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant that we hadn't come to see you first. Unfortunately, when we left, we were left on foot, and the gliders were unfortunately we had to carry food and stuff, so the gliders were one extra thing that we didn't have the capacity to take with us.
Come from a long way away, huh?
Yes. So I take it Fiona has not returned.
He smiles. There's been some talk around the palace.
Did she contact you?
People are thinking that Dr. Fulton had much too easy of time rescuing me when everybody else failed to do so.
Hmm.
They think it's perhaps overly convenient.
He was able to rescue you and others weren't. Or even able to find you.
And it was the my siblings that were looking for me before.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't even know whose offspring he is. Dr. Fulton.
Yes, that's something we are wondering about all ourselves at the moment.
You don't know who your parents were?
No.
I know who I believe my parents were. However, I don't believe whether or not it means that their parents or their great parents are related to one of your siblings or your father
Try
or
not
yourself.
to get that on the no, you should no, you don't need to swirl it. Okay. He says to Freddie.
But yes, yeah,
That
that
will
is still
come
an
out.
unanswered.
Don't worry,
That
we've
is
got
still an unanswered question.
Mm.
As to our ancestry, our genetics, is
I-
something that Doc and I have been talking about and are trying to work out if we can get to somewhere with decent enough technology to run some tests.
Have you tried the Shadow of Earth?
Not as yet. We've not journeyed there as yet.
Wow.
But yes, that is one of the things we have considered.
Have you been to the Shadow of Earth?
I don't know if that is where I originate from or not.
He looks at you for a while. You seem to speak English. I mean, strange accent.
My memories were scrambled.
Unfortunate. Yours as well? He says, looking at you other. No, don't. We'll get
Huh?
more
What?
chairs.
Yeah, sorry.
So it'll be okay. You shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, Earth, yeah.
You.
No.
I'll get a servant in to swirl yours for you.
Have some tea instead. I'd do better with tea.
Ah, he rings a small bell. A servant comes in. Sir, he says, tea. And the servant's like looking over at Freddie and his chair and the rug near Freddie. He had a minor mishap with the glass, the wrong size glass.
At least it's not blood.
Random's like, the servant goes off to get him some tea and maybe some cloth to lay down around him. Random just kind of looks at Freddie like, well, I've got, let me go get something. I'll be right back. There's a roaring fire, unfortunately, close to Freddie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know, if you burn down the castle, Freddie.
I
That
don't choose
when
to do these things.
yes, I know. I'm just letting you know that. Just reminding you that if we die here, we are dead forever.
It's a
No,
really big fireplace too. You could probably get all three of you in there dancing around.
Go to the opposite side of the room, okay?
well, I like it here. It's
Just,
toasty.
just go.
No, I'm comfortable.
The
It's
servant
toasty.
comes over and is putting down cloth around Freddy and such.
Thank you.
Office.
Yes. Could you just lift your foot up, sir, so I can slide this under? Freddy,
I
give me
just,
a maneuver dex roll as you're a little bit of an awkward angle here.
okay.
This will be such a fucking disaster.
Oh, nicely done, sir.
Damn, I was really hoping for a fumble. So
I know.
Yes.
fireplace. No problem. He's very slick on this. So yeah, the servant tucks it under his foot, thanks him. Goes out and everyone comes in with a full tea service.
Ooh, I rub
Right.
my hands together.
Give me a new etiquette roll as you begin to navigate the complexities of a full English tea service.
I mean, I'm British. It's like, what would people do?
With your etiquette, people usually plug in a kettle and put a bag in it. But apparently, etiquette. Never mind. You do it, and random watches and goes, "He is better with tea."
Mm-hmm.
He's like doing all this stuff, correctly and everything, navigating his way through it. Right. And random looks impressed. He's like, "Well, I'll make sure you're only served tea from now on. No problem."
Random had left to get something.
He came back in order to watch Freddy navigate through the tea service. He hands you a trump card. And he says, "There you are." It looks like it's for a. He says, "Don't pass this around much. It appears to be a fairly nondescript room." He says, "Just leave the room as you find it and exit immediately. The door locks automatically behind you. It's area within Shadow Earth. Maybe that will help you."
Certainly. Which continent or city?
North America. It's in Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
Yes. I hope you're not against Chicago.
No. It's good to know in regards to, language, currency, etc., etc.
Well, he says.
Oh, what year? Shadow Earth.
I'm not even sure of the year.
Probably
Okay.
2020 something.
Somewhere around there. He shrugs.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes, but don't change the room around.
No.
Or let anybody else change the room around. Or spill anything in the room.
No.
Or accidentally destroy a table or something like that.
Set something on fire or anything.
Better not to do that. I'd be unhappy.
Yep.
Freddy makes weird noises. Everyone glances at him like, Is there anything else I can help out with? He says.
All right, so Doc loves playing the whole politics games, and so do some of your family, but sometimes I think it's a bit of a waste of time.
He goes, some?
Yes, or then majority of your family. There might be. I've not met all your family. I've not met all your brothers and sisters, so there could be some there that aren't into that. I don't know, or have decided not to go the whole hog with it. I've heard Gerard sometimes finds it a bit annoying, but I don't know about the others. I understand that you saw your father.
I saw somebody who at least appeared to be Oberon.
So potentially it was a pattern doppelganger?
Not that close to chaos. Surely not. What is a pattern doppelganger?
You know,
Is he being
those
real?
who walk the... Yeah, exactly. Is he purposely pretending not to know that, or does he actually not know that?
Give me empathy rolls at half. He's tricky.
Why am I failing all the time?
I know. You might make it one day.
It's the dress. The dress is
Considering your empathy,
I
yeah,
know, exactly.
right, McKay. You're thinking it could be he could be testing you.
well, I suspect that based on what we've seen, and that when somebody walks to pattern, the pattern basically takes a copy of you, or a image of you is stored in a pattern. Sort of like a computer stores an image of a file or something.
What do you mean
Mm-hmm.
as far as what you've seen?
We've seen a couple of pattern doppelgangers recently.
Of whom?
Us. Hence why I knew that they were not us, but pattern doppelgangers, because
Why?
Why have we seen pattern doppelgangers, or why did I know they were doppelgangers?
Yes.
Because I saw them disappear in front of me, turn sideways and fade away, and saw elements of the pattern there.
I see. And why are they coming to you? Who are
The
you?
pattern seems to be seeking something.
What is it seeking?
A red stone or red stones.
He just- How interesting.
As I said, I can't be bothered beating. I can't be bothered beating around the bush about this sort of stuff. Hence why I'm telling you this.
Well,
So obviously you know what this is about. Would you mind enlightening us so we may be able to assist you or the pattern? Or should we prevent the pattern from getting hold of this red stone if we come across it?
If you come across it, you should bring it to me.
Right. And how will we recognize it?
You'll know it when you see it, but don't stare at it too closely.
Is he wearing the jewel? Is he wearing his necklace with the big jewelry thing?
No.
I see.
He tries his fucking empathy on McKay, who goes, he goes, and then he's wanting to ask what the fuck McKay knows, but he's not going to ask because McKay might play games and shit. And there's a long look between these two, and you guys are like, what the fuck is going on? And except for Yana, who's not making any empathy rolls, as far as she knows, they're in love.
Yes, I always know, Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
McKay looks as though he just won the fucking lottery.
So what does it do?
Do?
Does it do anything? The stone? Or stones?
Oh, it depends on which stone you're talking about. He says various stones, I'm sure, can do various.
The red stone, come on.
There are many red stones.
The one that the patent doppelgangers are after.
I'm not sure what exactly they're after. He looks at McKay like, dun dun dun. McKay looks smug. Random looks irritated.
I could have sworn you just reacted really funnily when we mentioned the red stone.
Went down the wrong
What, you mean the fact that I'm wiping his liquid off my face?
Random you a napkin. Sorry about that.
If there's something we can help you with, we'd be more than happy to.
If you find a special red stone, bring it to me, and that will help me.
What's so special about it?
You'll know if you find it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He nods and he looks at you as though this will be significant.
What happens if we bring it to your wife?
That's okay too. Feel free.
Mm-hmm. Anyone we're not supposed to bring it to?
Everyone except those two people.
I see.
And whatever you do, absolutely, positively, under no circumstance, there's a knock at the door. Excuse me. He stands up.
Yes.
Him and somebody else converse in hushed voices for a bit. Really? You hear? Yes.
Can I try and eavesdrop from
Yeah,
where I'm sitting?
listen at half, unless you want to creep over there, in which
No,
case
no.
No.
spotted and possibly throttled. But yeah,
I was
let's
curious
roll
if I could hear what they're saying.
fail that for me as well.
And can I lip read just to assist?
No, they're actually one of them back is to you, and the other one you cannot see.
I did that.
I made my listen roller.
I didn't.
Have you found out anything about the strangers? Those who have met Gerard recognize his voice.
I've got his trump card.
Yes. Would you like to hold it up and display it to the heirs? Like, look, him, then shuffle back. He says, yes, they may know where the jewel is. Really? How in the... I don't know. But make sure that something's safe. And, of course, do you know whose children? No, they don't either. I find that unlikely. I as well, but if they wish their privacy, who are we to? Well, you know how the family is, of course. All right. Well, I'll let the others know. Not all of them, of course not. And then the door is closed. He comes back over and he says, well, unfortunately, duties have called me away. But what? Eddie slowly rotates head to look at McKay. An interesting conversation we have had.
Certainly. Just one thing before I go.
Yes, of course.
Fiona is alive. I would have thought she would contact you after we rescued her, but obviously she hasn't.
If she hasn't, there must be a good reason. How do you know she's alive?
Well, she was alive when we rescued her.
We rescued her.
Myself, yes, Alex and Freddie here rescued her.
Then I may owe you some thanks, he says.
I wasn't sure who she wanted to know and who she didn't want to know, but which is why I did not remark upon it at the table. However,
I appreciate your discretion. He looks then at Freddie for some fucking reason you can't figure out.
I sip my tea loudly.
He closes his eyes for a moment. He says, that is a lovely dress. I bid you adieu. He heads out. He leaves you guys in the withdrawing room / smoking room / place with giant fireplace that Freddie will cause. A lot of very old looking tapestries are hung on the wall, probably super dried out from being near the fire.